The world of Dungeons and Dragons is no stranger to danger. Lurking in dungeons and shadowy forests are creatures of all shapes and sizes. Among these are the Twig blights and vine blights, plant creatures twisted by malevolent forces. These animated plants, once relatively uncommon encounters, seem to be appearing with increasing frequency in adventures. Twig blights, small and deceptively frail-looking, are animated shrubs driven by a primal urge to destroy. Vine blights, larger and more powerful, are their larger, more insidious cousins. They use their thorny appendages to ensnare and crush their prey. Their appearances are often tied to corrupted environments, places where magic has warped the natural world. However, recent editions of the game seem to suggest a more widespread presence. This begs the question, why are these creatures becoming so prevalent? One reason for the apparent increase in blight encounters could be a shift in design philosophy. Recent editions of D&D have emphasized more dynamic and varied encounters. This includes a greater emphasis on using creatures with interesting abilities and environmental interactions. Blights, with their plant-based nature and connection to corrupted environments, fit this design philosophy well. They offer a different kind of challenge compared to traditional humanoid enemies. Their attacks often carry debilitating effects such as poison or entanglement. Additionally, their presence can be used to create memorable and thematic encounters. Imagine a battle against twig blights erupting from the floor of a corrupted temple, or a desperate fight against a vine blight that has ensnared a party member. Some adventurers have expressed concern that the increased use of blights and other monstrous creatures comes at the expense of humanoid enemies. Humanoid encounters, with their capacity for complex motivations and interactions, are a cornerstone of the D&D experience. It is important to note that blights and humanoids serve different purposes in encounters. Blights often represent the dangers of the natural world or the consequences of magical corruption. They are forces of nature, driven by instinct and a hunger for destruction. Humanoid enemies, on the other hand, can be more than just mindless monsters. They can be rivals, allies of convenience, or even sources of information. They add depth and complexity to the game world. The rise of blights could also be interpreted as a reflection of wider themes within a campaign setting. The prevalence of corrupted environments and the creatures that inhabit them could be a sign of a world out of balance. Perhaps a powerful force is corrupting the land for its own purposes, using blights as its agents of destruction. Or maybe the blights are a symptom of a deeper ecological crisis, a desperate attempt by nature to fight back against exploitation. By incorporating these themes into their games, dungeon masters can create a more immersive and thought-provoking experience for their players. The rise of the blights becomes more than just a change in game mechanics. It becomes a story in itself.